What's up, guys? This is Josh from Castle Comics doing another weekly comic release. This is for May 29th, 2024. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start out this one, World Tree number 10 from Image Comics. Still trying to catch up on the series, so I'll show you the graphic here, but not going to talk too much about the comic. I've heard the first arc is really good. I've heard mixed about the second arc, so we'll see. But eventually I will catch up. Maybe it'll be another one we talk about on back issues. So that is World Tree number 10 from Image Comics. Now we're going to jump into one that actually was the last week release, but got to pick it up and read it today. From Archie Comics. It is Judgment Day number 1. Judgment Day is an interesting comic. It is in the world of Archie. And it is kind of, the prologue pretty much picks up with Archie's world being taken over by Eldritch Horrors that some scientists have released. Here's a really cool splash page of like these Eldritch Horrors. And so Archie is on the run and ends up running into Madam Satan, who gives him the opportunity, who helps him out and gives him the opportunity to fuse with a demon to give him the strength to help him fight. And so Archie ends up accepting it, but now he has this dark version of himself that he sees, but it's just kind of in his mind. So he's dealing with that, and it just kind of goes back and forth in this first issue. He saves Jughead, but almost kills him out of anger just because of the demon inside of him. So it seems like it's going to be a really interesting series. So definitely looking forward to picking up issue 2. Love the dark world of Archie. So yep, that is Archie Comics, Judgment Day number 1 from Archie Comics. Alright, next we're going to pick up another Image comic. It is Universal Monsters, Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives number 2. This is a good issue. It kind of followed up pretty solid on the first issue. We ended with our heroine passing out pretty much as she thought she saw the creature. And we kind of pick up again with her seeing the creature's eyes a little bit, but she comes out of it and she thinks it's a lot of delusion from her passing out and almost drowning again. She ends up being saved by the coroners, or the surgeons, one of his assistants. He helps her out, and he's the one who's actually been buying the bodies and investigating them, because he knows about the creature, or at least he thinks he does, and he wants to find out about it. So they end up going to another lagoon close by to try to find the creature. She's obviously still convinced it's this serial killer who was in America, who has traveled here, whereas he's more convinced it's a creature. We finally get revealed that the serial killer she's been looking for is there, and he is actually he's with the cartel in this country, so he's kind of protected, which is bad for her. But she kind of goes into delusions a little bit when she sees him, because we don't know the full story yet, but I'm pretty sure he is the one who actually almost drowned her when she was before she became a cop, or when she was younger. So that she ends up vomiting and kind of almost going into panic attacks, and they hear her, so they end up having to run away from these guys. And as the guys are following her, the actual creature shows up, and we get this cool splash page of this creature tearing apart some of these cartel people. And yeah, it just kind of follows up there. He's still hunting, or the serial killer is trying to hunt these people, find out who is doing it. And they get away, but she's kind of she's at odds with herself. By the end, she realizes that she thinks she's gonna have to kill him. There's no because she's kind of she's been about the the system and following the system, but now she kind of gets the idea that she needs to kill him. And it's a really cool shot of her looking out the window, and then you have the creature in the trees looking back at her that she doesn't see. So really good issue. Cool follow up. Looking forward to seeing how issue 3 picks up. So yeah, that is Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives, number 2 from Image Comics. Going into Marvel now. Sad Batman. Once again, no DC this week. I will be picking up some pretty soon. Once they start doing a few new number 1s, I'll probably get in some of those. Get some more DC. But for now, heading into Marvel. We're starting it out with Spider-Punk Arms Race number 4. pretty sure this is kind of, this seems like the wrap up of this one. It was really fun. It's pretty much like, if you've ever seen Pacific Rim, it was Pacific Rim. You just have, it's really cool sideways splash page of the Spider Bot. They have their van that's turned into the giant robot facing off against Ock's giant robot. And that is pretty much the issue. The issue is a lot of fighting pages, which is really cool if you like action. A lot of action. A lot of the Spider team trying to figure out how to beat this thing. Ock kind of gets the upper hand, then they kind of get the upper hand from him. And then by the end, you know, they end up getting a giant guitar that's like a sword for this mech, and they defeat Ock. And yeah, they take him down, and it's unclear whether he's dead or not, but you know, obviously I don't think he is. He's too good of a character probably to continue. You get a really cool shot of Shuri as Black Panther in this universe. Apparently her and T'Challa are both Panthers, and so they're kind of like brother and sister duo type thing, which is cool. And you kind of get them, like, the crew just kind of at the end, like, resting, you know, like they did a good job of beating, you know, Ock, and then they're kind of just chilling with their mech and resting at the end with this cool splash page. And also setting everything is, this is kind of setting us up for in August we're going to get Spider Society, which is, I guess, kind of similar to the Spider-Verse stories. So looking forward to that. Should be a pretty cool read. So that is Spider-Punk Arms Race number 4 from Marvel Comics. Continue with Marvel on a Spider-Man theme. We have Edge of Spider-Verse number 4. This one, kind of, we get a little bit of the story of the first story itself. It's always little mini stories. The first one is actually Jessica Drew from the Across the Spider-Verse movie, which is really cool. And it's just kind of a past with her. You see that she was originally with this universe's Hawkeye, who is kind of turned evil, and it's kind of her facing him, and it's like her kind of facing her past as well, because she they were dating before they broke up and he turned evil. She beats him, and the whole time she's trying to it's her anniversary, so she's trying to meet her husband for the anniversary, and you know, they have a cool fight. You get some cool backstory about her, and by the end she goes to meet up with her husband, and we get some cool shots. They still are keeping the husband a secret, which is probably because they don't want people to know who it is. In the Across the Spider-Verse story, I'm not sure. We'll see, maybe next movie. But yeah, it was really fun. Next one's a little short story with Spider-Rex, which is kind of fun. This villain actually like turns the Mary Jane dinosaur into a human, and Spider-Rex is trying to save her, and it's pretty wild. You know, we get the lizard as the villain, and at the end he gets turned into a human as well, and we kind of get the end with question mark. It's very couple, like 3 or 4 pages long, very wild. Then the final story follows Weapon 8 again, and it's kind of him going on a mission. He meets up with this universe's Black Widow, who actually works for the Russian government. She's trying to get him to like help them out and serve them. We get Anya show up to recruit Weapon 8, and he ends up, you know, she kind of was like, you know, he's like, it's not my mission, and she's like, you know, here, you get to make your own choices. So he actually chooses to go with her, and then you get this kind of cool shot of them coming out of the portal, and you get to see the Spider Society. They do give you the hint that it's very similar. It seems like it's very taking off of the Across the Spider-Verse story, because they mentioned Miguel was in charge of it, and he's kind of AWOL now, so we don't know what's going on. So really, it'll be really cool to see that what's happening in that. So that should pick up, like I said, in August, so that should be a fun read. So, but yeah, that is Edge of Spider-Verse number 4 from Marvel. Continuing the Marvel trend next, we have the another finale, the finale of Avengers Twilight. This is number 6. This story has just been a great read from beginning to end. Chip Zdarsky and Daniel Acuna have been killing it with this comic. I say it every time. You get some cool flashbacks to James Stark at the beginning of it, showing him get a ring from his father's ring, I guess, or maybe Janet's ring, where him and Tony and Janet were together. Then you flash forward with the Hulk just wrecking stuff, where the Hulk has now been dropped in the city. And of course, you have there's this giant out war. You have Cap fighting Red Skull. You have Thor taking on Hulk, which is just a sick fight in this. I will say this, at least in this universe, we get kind of the definitive end of like who's stronger between Hulk and Thor. You found out James still has the ring that his dad had left for him, and it turns out the ring actually contained Janet inside of it. So Janet is actually still alive, and she comes out as first as like a giant wasp, and then she shrinks back down to normal size, and they end up kind of, they have their big fight, and in the end, the good guys win. They end up defeating, thanks to James, he helps them defeat the Red Skull. Red Skull uses his final failsafe of a nuke, which Tony has to intercept, and in the process, Tony ends up sacrificing himself to save everybody. So he just kind of flies away, and you have Cap finally taking out Red Skull in the Ultron suit. And it was just cool. It was, it's a very, very dark story, but very good. Good family family coming back together thing. And at the end, it's just kind of them trying to piece the world back together with this new Avengers team. Because you have Thor, you have I guess not necessarily Thor, but you have like Cap still, who's kind of old now, is out of it. You have this really cool shot of Tony and Banner in kind of Valhalla, hearing that like Odin put in a good word for him to get him there, since they both died. And you have this new Avengers team kind of with you have James Stark, you still have Janet, you have the new Hawkeye, and you have Cap. It's just been you also have some of the others too, like Luke Cage and stuff. But it was just a good read. It was a solid ending and a really good story. Definitely looking forward to seeing Chip Zdarsky's next story, especially if it's an Avengers story. So it's a really good read. So that is Avengers Twilight, number 6, the finale. And our last one for the day, for Marvel at least, is Ultimate Spider-Man number 5. As always, this comic just continues. It seems like as long as Hickman's writing it almost seems like it doesn't matter who is behind the art, even though I think both artists have done an amazing job. You have Messina again doing this art, as the other artist is taking a break. This one's really cool because instead of starting out with our normal monthly tag, because each issue has started out with like whatever month we're in. It starts out with that month on the front page. This starts out with Norman Osborn months ago, before the explosion that was caused, and you found out Harry was late, and Harry's lateness actually ends up saving his life when Norman's building gets bombed, when supposedly Stark destroys everything. And then we kind of get Harry's story from then to now, seeing how Kingpin pretty much offers him Stark Industries and is trying to kind of keep Harry in his pocket. In the process, Harry ends up finding Tony's suits and ends up finding out all the information that Tony had, and how Tony was going to save the heroes, reform this world that the Maker had destroyed. So he ends up kind of, through the help of Otto Octavius in this universe, he ends up taking the Iron Man suit and kind of twisting it to create his own, the Green Goblin suit that we've seen now, which is really cool. You get just a lot of backstory about that. You get kind of seeing Harry. You see how Harry sees like how Tony sent out these boxes to these heroes and stuff, and that's how Harry was able to tap into Peter's suit that Tony had left for him, because Harry also has the technology. And kind of you get a little bit more flash of Harry and Peter talking in the bar. So it kind of covers all the bases and gets you back up to speed where we are now. And and then now you pretty much have Harry going after who's done this. Now that it's May, he's got Kingpin's right hand man, and you have Harry pretty much just getting ready to go after the Kingpin. And I don't know how much Peter knows yet, so because we don't actually get any Spider-Man in this except for one panel, which is once again interesting that this is a Spider-Man book and we've managed to have 2 issues fully without Spider-Man. Maybe even 3, because the last issue was during the dinner. I don't even know if we saw Spider-Man in it. So the fact that just Hickman has done such a good job building this world already and building these characters that you're interested in what the characters have to say and you're interested in what they do, and it's not, you don't have to just see the superhero side of it. He's done such a good world building in the this new Ultimate universe. So looking forward to the next issue and looking forward to Ultimates #1, which is kind of like their Avengers. So we'll see how that goes and what's going to happen in that. So that is Ultimate Spider-Man #5 from Marvel Comics. I got a really sweet variant of this one. It's a real fun one. And yeah, this is probably, man, it's a tough, as always. This one, any other week would be my 100% #1 pick for the week. But this week, my last comic, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Return #4, which is also the finale of this comic. And it didn't feel like it. It just felt like another good continuation. We've now revealed Kimberly's daughter Olivia is got the power morphin, and she is the Green Ranger, and she is trying to stop Rita's daughter, who's the new villain. And in the process, she is trying to bring back Rita, who she doesn't realize that Tommy actually saved her as a baby from the previous issue, and that's why Rita kind of saved Tommy. Rita put Tommy's essence in the Morphin Grid with herself when the moon was destroyed, because Tommy sacrificed himself to save Rita's daughter. So, in the process of her trying to use her DNA to bring her mother out of the Morphin Grid, Olivia gets him, instead, and we get Tommy brought back, but it's a young Tommy. He hasn't aged like the others. And so, you have the villain, I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but she uses Trini's Morpher to take on the form of an evil Yellow Ranger to fight the Rangers. I think her name is Serena. And you have Kimberly and her daughter Morphin. You get all the Power Rangers coming back in this, and Morphin and stuff, and they're fighting, and you have some good fights. You have some good moments. You get the Morphin of Tyrannosaurus, Mastodon, and Triceratops with Billy, Jason, and Zach. They're fighting Finster from Rita's old minion, Finster, who's became giant. Olivia gets knocked down and demorphs. She gives the Morpher back to Tommy, so you get this cool It's Morphin Time with Dragon Zord with Tommy Morphin. And then you have almost pretty much the original group of Power Rangers minus Trini fighting the evil Yellow Ranger. And towards the end of the fight, Tommy ends up refusing to fight. It is Selena, my bad. So Tommy refuses to fight Selena, telling her the truth about what happened, how her mother had saved him because he saved her. She doesn't believe him, and in her anger, she teleports away, kind of a this isn't over type thing. We get some cool shots. We get Kimberly giving her daughter the pink Morpher to take over the Pink Ranger. They still want Tommy to be the leader. The others kind of said they want to be Power Rangers part-time still with them. And then we get a bombshell in the last page that kind of leaves us with a to be continued and a question mark. I won't spoil that until you guys. I'll let you guys read it yourselves because it was awesome. It just kind of gave you a jaw drop. What? So So great issue. Also had a really cool variant from Debbie Nakayama I picked up for this one. And yeah, guys, that is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: The Return #4 from Boom Studios. Boom has been killing it, in my opinion. Like, the Power Rangers story has been great. Obviously, Something's Killing the Children. They just do awesome work. They are doing the Amory War story that I love so much. But yeah, guys, that's it for this week. Still doing my contest. Obviously, always like, comment, subscribe. The more comments you put, as long as you subscribe, you'll get more entries into the contest for a copy of Blood Hunt Red Band #1 graded. And I'll be sending it off in a couple weeks to Heroes when I go to the con. It should be back sometime in July, August at the latest. And then when it comes back, we'll do this raffle and see who gets it, or do the spin, the wheel. And yeah, guys, look out for Volume 3. We got a busy couple weeks coming up. Look out for Episode 3 of Back Issues this Sunday. Then also I'll be doing a pre-grading video like I did last time, where I'll be showing you the comics I'm going to be sending off to get graded, and giving you my guesses at the grades. And then that way when we get it, we can unbox it and grade it, and compare. So that should be a fun video, probably coming out sometime next week. And then we'll also have just the normal Wednesday videos. So should be a jam-packed couple weeks. I'm gonna try to take some footage from the con. I won't be like doing it live. Won't be it won't be probably down on the floor too much. I'll take a few like just quick videos to throw into the main video, but I'll just be doing a recap. Because I like to be respectful. I know a lot of people don't like to have cameras all in their face. So, but yeah, looking forward to all that, guys. And as always, I love comics. So keep reading them, guys. Appreciate it. See y'all next time.